Hello, hi, this is Project Overland. I'm Project and welcome to Block 2. So, we're still in the house. Yeah, you've noticed. That's because COVID and it's just what plans are a little bit on hold. Obviously, it's been bad for a lot of people. I mean, really bad for some people. Obviously, have had the worst. Families have had the worst, and some people struggling necessarily with jobs. You don't know what's going to happen there. So realistically, my situation is nothing compared to what everybody else is going through. So I'm not complaining at all. So there we go. So this one, we're going to show you more. We're going to show you some of Rosie, some of the things I've done. They were recorded earlier when Rosie first turned up. So there's a little bit of sort of out of sequence on this. So these bits the camera are done later on, but hopefully we'll splice together. So I'll try not to jump it around too much. I'll try and edit it so that actually you're not suddenly transported to a completely different physical location, but hopefully you'll get a little bit of a feel. Do bear with me. I'm really sorry about the first ones. I was practicing and I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't have a gimbal, I didn't have anything, so you're going to get noise. Wind noise, you're going to get a bit of wobbling and stuff, but at least you get to see the truck, so which I guess a lot of you hopefully have come here to see. I know you've not come here for me. I'm not that much of a narcissist. So yeah, let's see what we can come up with. I'm here with Rosie and we've just been doing a bit of work on her. So been putting up the batteries. So I've talked to you a bit about the batteries before, but now I'm going to explain what we've done, how we've done it. If I keep looking to one side, it's because this is the first one I've done. I don't understand how to do these. So I'm looking at myself like a budgie looks in the mirror. So here we go. So I'm going to talk you through this. So what we've done is these. If you buy one of these MANs, they come with 4 batteries wired up, and they'll probably be flat because they sit around doing nothing, and you need to replace them because they won't charge and they're bloody expensive. So you end up buying 2 normal truck batteries and you put them in. So I'm going to spin you around and show you what you need to do. So this is what we fitted in. These are the UASA 625s, and you'll see they're 220 amp hour, and what's that, 1150 cranking amps, and we've got to wire them up together because they're 12 volt. We're going to make 24 volts, so it might seem fairly logical for those of you that all know about trucks, but this is all new to me. So I've got to figure out how I get these poles here all connected up in the right order with the truck electrics. It looks fairly straightforward, but I don't think it's going to be, because I'm a brayer with small brain and big batteries bother me. We'll see how we get on. Yeah, so this is why I'm a disaster and a danger to my own self, and this is why it's going to be a lot harder to do than any normal person, because I've got the batteries in and I've set them up, and I've put them in, physically put them in okay, but the wrong way around. And my mate's just turned up with the right spanner to help me, and he went, why didn't you just put them with the terminals closer to you? Because that would be so much easier. The reason you're bouncing around is that's the wind blowing, so it's buffeting you. So yeah. So here you go. These are the 2 truck batteries that we've got, okay? And you need to wire them up in oh god, I can't remember them round, series. So you get the 24 volts. So this might seem obvious to people that have done this before or understand simple battery technology, but if you've never done it before, you do. So positive, this is the positive coming out here from the control box, which is this box here. Okay, so that's where all the relays are. So that's your positive. So you put that one of the positives on there. You take the negative, which is this wire here, and you put it on the negative of the other battery. Okay, and then you take the positive of this battery and you connect it to the negative of that battery, which joins the two 12-volt batteries together to make 24 volts. And that's your simple circuit. So when you go to take them out, now what you're going to need is, when you get them, this is one of the existing cables here, but it doesn't have a positive connector on it. So you need to buy some connectors, and they are like this, and you can get them in a packet. It's a two. Get the positive and negative ones, get a pair, and then you've got them handy, and they're literally like £8 sent to you. You're going to need a 13mm spanner, and then a 17mm spanner, and an 18mm, because the positive and negative bars, the nuts that hold them on, are that's these. We'll just move you over here. Those, sorry about the bouncing around, those are different sizes, so you don't get them wrong. And get a ratchet spanner like this, okay, because you want to be able to do it in very small circles, so you don't touch the metalwork with the spanner to the metalwork. Very bad. As my friend put it, you will invent welding. Good job. Well, good. We're going to put it back together. We're going to start it up. Woo! So we fixed a few problems, which you've just seen, and the truck's running, and the truck's been loaded on and gone back off to the builders, which I've referred to. And there's going to be a box on it, so it's a 5.2 meter box going on, which is I won't bore you with all the technical details, but if you want to know, check in the website and the blog, in the build blog, and that's going to come back to me just as with an empty box on. So basically the deal that I've struck is to fabricate a box, but take off the old bed and put the new box on the chassis rail. Okay, so here we are in the cab. We've got up here. Dodgy left knee doesn't help. And you can see now, when we start to look with the light on, actually quite a lot of space in here, and that is one of the reasons why this truck appealed to me so much. We're looking up here, we've got aircon system above the driver's head for the whole of this, and then we go up there all the way up into the that's the roof hatch, and we've got loads of space. Look, loads of stuff to bolt to. We can put lots of nice sound. There's soundproofing already in here, and I'm not sure whether they armour bolts right through there. It looks like it bolts on the inside. So I'm going to be swinging this around. That's the height. This is the height indicator, 11'6". That's the other warning like that. Fuse boxes here in front of my legs. Out down here past the fire extinguisher, we've got the weapon brackets to show you it's a proper army truck. Bit shit as cup holders, so I'll probably take them off. Although I bet you will find someone in the army that's used them as cup holders. This bracket down here will be for the, they had a burner, a heater in here to boil up brews. No idea what that's for. So if anyone knows, this might be an ashtray. It might also, yeah, it's an ashtray with a genuine army Velcro and the genuine army dust. There we go. So, and even a sig layer. That'll come in handy when I've got some battery power. And then you go over it. This is the old all your switches stuff, pretty basic stuff. So even back then, 2007, it's only got this. It's got aircon. It's not even got climate control. I mean, what's that all about? There we go. And that little knob there is the gear select. So I'm going to fetch myself over here if I can without tripping up. That's not going to happen apparently. I actually tripped up in my own cab, and try and get you a view. So that's your driver's position. It's pretty much eye view from driver, looking round. There's my knees, and nobody wants to see that. And that's your handbrake. And that is pretty much about it. Now I'm doing this because somebody actually who's interested in buying one of these wants to know how much room's in one. So for those of you interested, we're talking about how the box mounts to the chassis. And there's a couple of different ways of doing it. Two of them are commonest ones. Rail on rail with what's called capture spring, which is what the truck's made with currently. And a thing called torsion free, which comes actually from gun tractors from the war. Stops the gun, the big artillery piece, from being twisted. So I've got a little empty drinks can here. All the brands are available. If you can imagine, this is your habitation box, okay? And you're going to mount it on a bed like that, right? So the bed is fastened at either end. Yep. And as your truck going along, the truck is bouncing like this. And at some point, this chassis is going to do that. Yeah? Which means you're going to be doing this. Yeah? All the way along the road. And you can hear that. And effectively, what's going to happen is, eventually, it's going to twist. So, and it's going to rip. So that's what you want to avoid. So you have a thing called torsion free. Downside to that is, if torsion free is floating and it can move when you're driving down a road and you're going over some undulating tarmac, even though the tarmac feels completely flat, so mind that, don't smack that, your body moves, and then you'll feel your body moving on your truck, and your truck will wallow a little bit. So you kind of want the best of both worlds, which is what I'm aiming for. Remember that thing when we said about redundancy, not one thing has got just a single job to do? So yeah, so we're going to have something in there that will do several jobs. I'll point that out. It's a great idea. Motorcraft came up with it. Well, whether they invented it is obviously, but they suggested it to me, and I was like, yeah, I really like that solution. So we're going to look at that. So hopefully that will be on it. Not hopefully, that will be on it. Better I'd be. And we've got a couple of other things that will be on the truck when it comes back that I'm going to take you on a tour around when that comes back. So we don't know when that's going to be. That's all down to how this works out and plans out. So what's next? Well, we've got the license to book and take. That's going to have to be done once all this is stopped. That's in a little while. And then we have got the people to sort out. Which would be when I say people to sort out, that sounds like I'm going to go visit someone, doesn't it? I'll turn up, we'll sort them out. Tradescraft people, craftsmen, artisans, to work on the truck, so and all the kits put in. So in the meantime, I'm writing on my requirements document, which means listing everything out. That you can find that on the website. So I've done what I call a requirements plan. So it's kind of like a kind of base version of what I use at work, and then just writing it all out. So it means I list everything under, and everything's got a subheading, and I can put the price next to it, the cost next to it, any notes next to it, any links in it that I find when I'm doing a little bit of research. So when I find a piece or I find a kit, I can put that link in. One of the good things that I didn't anticipate is when I took the back of the truck off, or Motorcraft did, they took all of the tarpaulin, the canvas, the drop sides and the metal and the bed. It was, I managed to find a buyer. So that's some cash back in my pocket, which I probably spent on a winch for the back, because that's what you need, isn't it? So more about the winch. I'll tell you about that next time in the next vlog. It's coming from overseas, so not China. Don't fret. So we'll see. That's a good thing. I look forward to that. I've got some tyres. And I'll show you those, because those are huge. And the reason I'm replacing the tyres is the tyres on there at the moment, you'll seen in the video before, are quite warm. So I'm going to replace them, because if you're going to go on an expedition, you want decent tyres. But more than that, I'm going to change them for a different brand. So the Contis that are on it are probably 30-40% off-road, 30% off-road, 70% on-road, quite hard, even though they've got an off-road pattern. And then I'm going to put Michelin XLs on, which is probably the tyre of choice for most overlanders and expedition trucks. So that's a grippier tyre, and also it's slightly bigger. So nothing wrong with a bit of a beefier tyre. And it'll have good tread on it, so it'll look chunky. So I'm looking forward to that, because that always makes me happy whenever I've had a Land Rover and I've put fresh tyre, big chunky tyres on it. And I know, yes, I am that guy that's like, it's good, it goes up to 11. That's me. I'm the guy that's aimed at. So go big, go home, remember? So that's about it for episode 2 of this vlog. Thanks for checking in. I hope you found some useful things in this and interesting. I did told you I had a truck. You didn't believe me, did you? Check out the website and check out, there's a blooper reel on there if you want a laugh. If you want some more information on the truck, that's on the website, links below. And if you like what you see, I'm not going to patronise you, you know which buttons to press. So thank you very much. Hopefully I'll catch you soon, and cheers, bye-bye.